Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out The Impossible Cave by developer Blue Pig Games. This is a very simple action game and one that you'll probably recognize as having a reasonably familiar premise. It's sort of like one of the old helicopter style games in that we'll be piloting our ship through an increasingly complex series of caves as things go faster and faster and the music gets more and more intense. At least that's the idea, I believe, and we're just gonna, last as long as we can and eventually hit a wall. So that's kind of how those go. Let's give it a run and see how we do on this one. So here we go. We've started. Basically, we're just going to be clicking and holding, and you'll notice a sort of H.R. Geiger style alien in that little cubby hole down below the level. It's a kind of a nice approach to art design in that since it's such a minimalistic game, it really lets you focus on the forefront of what you're trying to achieve, which is just not smacking into the walls. And that sounds in and of itself like a very simplistic concept. But of course, once things start going faster and faster, well, it's not quite that simple anymore. And the ship is reasonably small, which is sort of in the same vein of like why the bullet hell games tend to give you such a small hitbox. It's really more to make you feel like a superstar as things get more and more intense. But at the same time, also just so they can throw some wild twists and turns at you and actually give you a reasonable chance of getting through things. It's really... I hit that finish line for my best goal ever, and of course panicked at the last second there and choked, and actually ended up with, wow, I was, look at that, my best time 52:29, my last time 52:28, that is just sad. Let's see if we could beat a minute. I think that should be my goal here today. So I really enjoy the art style. Again, I know I already sort of said this. It reminds me a little bit of like Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet in a way, which might be a little bit of a reach perhaps, with how little is actually going on here. And maybe a little bit of Loco Roco as well. Actually, like a lot of bit Loco Roco, only minus the brilliant neon colors and all of that. But it does have some character still to it. The fact that it's got those little flourishes like the alien that we just pointed out there. And of course the little bits of grass that seem to flow in the wind. It's kind of refreshing to have something so hypnotizing like this. It's a game that, as much as it's about dexterity, it's also about just sort of luring you into this sense of false security before the difficulty ratchets up, and then you kind of have to be jerked back awake to realizing that things are getting a little crazy, and, well, alright, I at least beat my last goal there. I've noticed there was another alien of some kind at that last moment, and it seems that maybe... if I go on further, maybe it could be even crazier as we go. Also, before we even got to the title screen, I should have mentioned this earlier already, it gives you the option of lefty or righty, basically just asking you which direction you want to head in. I found it a little bit disconcerting, actually, and this is probably just me, but picking the righty option will send you in the other direction, going from right to left, and that's just sort of counterintuitive for me for a game like this for whatever reason. Like I said, it might just be me. But for some reason, going left to right just feels so much more natural. I mean, that's just the way we read. That's the way we parse information for the most part. We've sort of been acculturated to accept that left to right is the traditional means of character progression, and going right to left is sort of your sequence break, for maybe lack of better terms. And there's that I can't seem to handle this quick U-shaped turn here. I've got to do it, though. I owe it to all of you guys. By the way, the music, quite lovely. It's not really, it's maybe not the best music I've ever heard, but it's also not bad either. It's just sort of there, and it just puts you in the moment. I feel like I'm saying that, and now it's sort of putting it down, but I didn't mean it to come out that way at all. It is equally present as it probably should be. But for some reason, something about the minimalistic nature of this black and white presentation makes me feel like maybe we should be going after something maybe a little bit more ethereal. Something about this sort of pulse-pounding electronica-style soundtrack just seems sort of like Geometry Wars, and maybe is a little bit trite, when this presentation seems maybe a bit more elegant than that. But I'm probably overanalyzing things. Honestly, it's not bad at all. So on we go, down the corridor, and we're coming up on the tight turn. There it is. I thought that this was procedural at first, but I think I was mistaken in that. And we are going to make it to a minute, I'm pretty sure. We've done it. Alright, so now I can rest easy, no matter what happens. Oh my goodness. Seeing these very minute changes in the differentiation of these walls as things move along at sort of a steady pace is very strange to see as it's getting slightly skinnier, slightly skinnier. It's almost got this like an anti-chamber vibe to it after a little while. Oh, that's really a cool pattern. Now it's probably going to throw something weird at me, or this might just be to distract, so I don't realize that this corridor is getting incredibly tiny. Alright, there, it's expanded again. And I guess as long as you can make it past that one little bottleneck, you're going to be in it to win it for quite a while yet. Okay. I like that this is actually not procedurally generated because it means you have a chance to master the course ahead of you. Oh geez, oh geez, this is getting intense. Circus fire. I can't move. Oh, I panicked. I saw that coming and I just immediately just smashed the ship down into the ground. Still, I feel pretty comfortable that that was a substantially better time. Although I didn't actually put a name in, so you probably aren't going to see my my tag anywhere on here. That's my own fault, honestly. I should have just done that right from the start, but I didn't. Anyway, so best time 1:54.76. Last time 1:54.76. I think I can be reasonably proud of that, but I'm kind of probably going to go back and play this a little bit more. It's a bit addictive, and I would like to see if I can get a better time, as well as just master this course. Now, I mean, the ship moves based on where your mouse cursor is, which is not really a liability or anything, but it also means that the ship is going to move exactly as fast as you move your cursor. So if you tend to get a little bit, you know, quick with the mouse like I just did a moment ago, you're going to end up crashing your ship a few times. I'm a little sad that there's not like a crashing explosion sound or anything really. It just sort of like just ends like that. You just kind of boink and then you just bubble back up to the top. But it is nice that it shows you this little checkpoint thing of saying like, this is your last progress, can you beat that? Those are always really good little mile markers to give you some sort of something to base your progress on. And same goes with the leaderboards, as you saw. I mean, those things really do motivate me to want to play the game a lot more, as well as do things like, you know, adding achievements and things like that. That also wants to, or gives me the impetus to want to continue on as long as possible. So I probably shouldn't belabor this episode. Fairly obvious game to wrap your mind around. It's not the most complex thing at all, or, you know, of all, but it is certainly a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend you give it a try. It's totally free. You can play it right in your browser if you choose, or if you'd rather, you can actually download the client for it itself and play it. It's a Unity game. It's got all the options you need, and you can even download the soundtrack right from the page on GameJolt. So I'll have the link for you in the description if you want to play this yourself. Let me know what your best score is, and if you did better than me, or how many tries it took to do better than me. You probably will do better than me after a couple of tries anyway. And if you enjoyed the experience, of course, let me know. That goes same for the video itself. If you enjoy these little breakdowns of random indie games that I run into on the web, please be sure to let me know. I do greatly value feedback in any form, so, you know, comments are my best friend. I pretty much read everything that gets sent to me. Aside from the game link, though, if you want to check out in the description, I've also got my own social media links, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Twitch page where I stream, and, of course, indie-impressions.com, my page where I basically have every day's new video that goes up, all aggregated and sorted and tagged for you so you can find exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for free games, for arcade games, for shooters, for surreal stuff, it's all over there, and you just click on a button, essentially. So I will leave you for another day. Thank you again for watching. Please be sure to come back again tomorrow. New episodes up every single day. So if you're into the series, consider leaving some support in the form of a like, or even consider subscribing if you want to see more new episodes again every single day. And we've been going 700 plus days, so hopefully there's not too many other channels you can find the variety of bizarreness that tends to make up the Indie Impressions collection. So I will see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Later.